everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to City Level, our special political recap of the disaster that happened on Tuesday. Um, it's going to be fun. So tonight, let me introduce everybody. First, the beautiful Tabitha Robinson Scott, Stephen Moscow, Jeffrey Silverdash of Jackson,
She back.
Damian Michael Williams coming off of season 1 complete of Working It Out. Congratulations.
Yes.
And
Thank
our
you,
resident
thank you.
diva, the Dwayne A. Townsend, has graced his presence on this evening.
Right, Tabitha.
My thing is, I feel like a background singer on my.
Right.
I hate y'all.
Right. I was like, Diana ain't got nothing on you, Lil Riri. Nothing on you.
Oh,
She the boss class Riri, huh? Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Like, it's just been, I'm just like, oh, sweet Jesus. In the morning, it has been like a week into a weekend.
Right.
I don't know. So,
Hold on one second. Hold on. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Right. So
shenanigans.
Okay, I'm back.
let's
Thank
get
you.
started with our mental check-in, Damien.
Woo! You know, before I check on everyone, I have to share something with you because for those of us who pray or meditate, sometimes you get answers that you don't always want or ready for.
Absolutely.
But it helped me realize that even with all the things that are going on the outside, all the crazy, to say the least, things that are going on the outside that we're witnessing every day, we still have a divine purpose and destiny that we must meet. There, whatever your journey is calling for, whatever, your gifts are calling for. This is things we still have to meet and still things we have to do. And I realized that a yes to your journey makes it a little bit easier. It won't take out the rocks and the bumps and the waves and all those things. It won't. But like today, I'm just like, what the hell? But I realized that after I get through warring and fighting in here, when I gather my bearings, sit, embrace peace, I'm like, okay, I'm here. Things are not going like, my life's not going like I planned, but that's okay. Because I believe our feet meet our divine destiny no matter which way we go. So I want to encourage all of our viewers, as well as my wonderful panel guests and co-hosts, that no matter what you're dealing with, no matter where you are in life, you must pursue it. So pursue it. Because every time I look at all of you that are on this panel here, my family, as I call you guys, all I see is greatness. So I know you're going to do it anyway. So continue to be you. Stay beautiful. All of you rock. And know it. And also our viewers. You guys rock. Do what you have to do. There's still a goal to meet. Whether it's school, whether it's that doctorate, that house, that building, that corporate building, because we're looking at bigger things now. We just don't want a condo. We're actually starting to see the fullness of greatness and who we are, because it starts here. So, yeah, pursue it. I charge and challenge all of you with all positivity to pursue it. So, I'll start with the lady of the house, Miss Tabitha. How are you doing today?
Come on, Queen.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing good. It's been a crazy week, and I've just been trying to remind myself to take care of myself first, like they always advise you on a plane, to put my oxygen mask on first. So I've been doing that, and it really has been a triumph, and I've overcome a couple obstacles this week. So I'm looking forward to just buckling in the next 28 days till Election Day. Also, 2 days for my birthday. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Oh, your birthday's in November as well?
I am a Scorpio, darling.
I see, and I'm a Sag. I'm right next door, the 26th. Hey, November's a rockin' month.
28,
A king and a queen. How you doing? How you doing? And the diva of the house, Dwayne.
Yes.
How you doing, boo? How you doing, boo? How you doing?
Let me. All right. I'm gonna make this short. So. I am feeling so good today. Let me tell you why am I feeling so good today. Listen, I woke up this morning. Hallelujah.
Glory.
I was able to see another bright day today. On today. Okay?
On today.
On today. Yes. And you know what else I did?
Oh, I got my fan ready.
Okay. I was able to fix my car lights today on my own.
Butch Queen.
Yeah.
All right.
Butch Queen.
Mama, let me tell you. Let me tell you how I googled it and got on YouTube and see how it's done.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
And
I
you
was
perfected it.
and I perfect.
Yeah.
I went in there and said, bloop, bloop, bloop,
That'll
bloop.
work.
All of them, fixed them just like that. 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, there is a God. Hallelujah.
Oh,
Nice.
right.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Won't he will? Won't he will?
Won't he will?
Won't he will?
Yeah. How are you, brother?
Well, awesome.
That's
What?
How are you?
Oh, you asking me? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, well,
It's your turn.
well, you were like, at first you're like the lady of the house. I was like, oh.
Oh.
I'm like, all right.
He was like, damn.
I was
Walk that back. I mean, listen, I'm good. I've had a couple of moments this week. Definitely, I've been in this. I had to take myself off of Instagram. I had to erase a couple of my other apps that I was using as distractions to get away from really facing some things. I've been trying to focus on just, my goals.
right.
And then I was, talking with my partner last night. I was like, I really had to take inventory because I was, feeling down about myself and feeling, I was having all these like existential crises in my head and just like really fucking going through it as many of us are, right? Just like what I'm fucking worthless, like what, I'm not working, I don't have any of this, I don't have any of that. And then I was like, you know what? Inventory. I have a roof over my head. I have the love of my life. I have my fucking dog. I have food on the table. I have electricity. We have entertainment. I have booze. I have marijuana still.
Yeah.
I have jokes. I have friends.
Me too.
I have family. I'm upright. I'm breathing. I'm not sick. So I was like, let me just be grateful. Sir. And that actually that turned me around. That really turned me around. I was like, shit sucks. And that's the thing is like everything before 2020 is all we've ever known. So this is like such a terrible. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, look at fucking Numbnuts McGee just got it himself. So it's like it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to be thrown a wrench this year, So I'm like, all right, we're all in the same shitty boat too. So that's kind of uplifting in its own way. So,
anyway,
that's my week.
Right. That was encouraging because, just like I've stated before, you have to stop and think about and take a gander of all things that you have right now, where you are right now. It's like, okay, I do have some things to be thankful for.
I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 10 pillows on my king size bed. So, life is it's not. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be huge. It's the simple things. Yeah.
It's fine.
That encouraged me. Thank you, Jeff, for sharing that. That encouraged me. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. Excuse me. I had to take I had to wet my throat. My brother from another mother, Steven.
Come on,
how are
Steven.
You, brother?
It's been interesting. I think, Jeff, similar boat of really struggling to like not get sucked into like indulging negativity, because it can be like really, yes, there's a lot of like negative things that we could talk about, but like what it is like an indulgence to allow that to take over. So I have been both trying to stay positive, but one thing that is a positive is I've also been trying to be very diligent about like setting clear things to do.
Right.
And not only am I making improvement on those things and like that I hadn't been for weeks, I'm also seeing that I'm just getting way better at checking things off the list. Not only is doing the to-do, like making to-do lists, making me better at the things on the list, it's making me better at doing things, period.
Making a better you. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, for what it's worth, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on,
this,
crack open that book. Crack open the journal.
Like,
in the book,
you know, not too many things per day, but like enough. And then before the show, I was like, I mean, I've basically done everything but the show, so I might as well just go eat some popcorn, which is why I did.
Hey, with a glass of ginger ale.
Yeah,
all right.
Chili powder,
Right.
ginger ale.
How you doing?
Collectible, reusable popcorn bowl. I'm not messing around.
Hey, bro, I tell you, top notch. I tell you, I can't play with you. I can't fool with you.
Right.
I couldn't leave you hanging. You know, I had to have a little sip of stuff. So, last but not least, my other brother, Dre, fellow king of the ship. What he do, bro?
Well, this week was ups and downs. I mean, well, last week into this week was kind of hectic and crazy. Working it out, we did their season finale on Monday, and getting all those pieces together and working with Dr. Kyle, which has been a joy. I don't think I've ever worked with a doctor I've just thoroughly enjoyed. In that manner.
Really.
He's just so easy and so simple and like to the point, and there's no
full of knowledge. Yeah,
there's no extra, and to be a as he identifies as a queer doctor. I was, you know, the stereotypes kind of come. You kind of expect a lot of extra color, a lot of extra. None of it. So it was such a peaceful and brilliant working environment that I caught myself earlier today kind of grieving the process that it was over. And like really looking, but got excited about the factor of in January it will be
there's more
and big and running. And it's
there's so much more.
Some really great people coming on next season. So I'm really, really excited about that. It's something about seeing your dream come to fruition in your face in the midst of chaos. I mean, we're in chaos. So this
literally
has been a real blessing for me in the sense of knowing that even in is this great line in Tu Wong Fu where Vita says that she picked these wildflowers. She was like, in dank and dark is where they grow, will bliss grow. And it's like, this year has been dank and dark, but something very blissful grew out of it. So in that, very excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You know, of course, I've been having the insurance dental like nightmare that has continued to keep going. And just when I thought we were, you know, at a brink part, we had to start the process all over again.
Here, crash boom.
Crash boom. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then of course the debate. I may have to see if I have a drinking problem after this year is over.
You do? Okay.
This
You don't
year
have
is
a
like
drinking
college.
problem. You
This
like to
year is like
enjoy
college.
your
It doesn't
drink.
count. It doesn't
Yeah, I
count.
said, Trump is taking me there, where I have like literally limited myself to only drinking on our show days and debates. So, like,
Well, hey, that's a downside. Hey, that's a positive.
It feels like it pans it out as if I was an everyday drinker. So, thank you, Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
You know,
we appreciate them. We appreciate them.
I really appreciate you, all liquor holders on Webster Avenue. Like, you are the best. Because you know it's bad when you walk in and they know you by name in the discount.
You got it like that.
There you go.
Excuse
You're regular.
me. Must be nice.
And it was Mr. Andre. Mr. Andre, we have the big doozy today. We have the big doozy.
Right. We have that case you were waiting on. Oh, yeah.
The case, though. The case.
I have to say, Dre, I have to say.
I buy by case. So,
yes, right.
It's
you have to say stop.
At the end of the day.
Because, even though we're not talking about me, but I just bought like almost a case of wine today, but that's okay, though. It's good for your bloodstream. It's good. It's healthy.
It's good for the blood.
It's cheaper at the end of the day. It's cheaper
good old
buying bulk.
$2 chuck.
Thank you, BJ's. Thank you. Like it's
yes, Lord.
BJ's, Costco, Sam's Club, representing this pandemic.
Yes, Lord. Fight the fire.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, Dre, before we go any further, if I can just allow me a minute to encourage all of you. Because, I mean, when you look at it, just as Jeff said, he confirmed it, we have home, food, and shelter. Mm-hmm. This week, I want to challenge all of you to think of 3 words that concern and describe you that will not only help you, but help you grow. Think of 3 words, and we could bring it back next session, or even if you think of it during the show. Anything positive. You
said 3 words that describe me, and I was like, mess, and then they're like, that can help you grow. I'm like, oh, okay.
The negative can always turn into a positive, so that's fine. Right. It's all good. But yeah.
Messy, sloppy lady.
Words, because I mean, when you really realize, the reason I gave that or shared that, I gave that challenge, because you have to really realize, Jeff, and all of us realize our self-worth. We are worthy of every process.
It's
every
like
victory.
You are talking to my boyfriend behind my back, because he keeps saying that to me too. He's like,
hey, confirmation. Anything that's for you and that's right and that's going to help you grow, it will always come back confirmed. But I mean, when you really look at it, we're blessed beyond compare. Because we look at not only other countries, but this country as well. Especially this state of California, the homeless rate is ridiculous.
Are you in San Francisco?
I have home, food, and shelter.
Where are you in California?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Southern California.
And I'm in Northern California in San Francisco.
Yeah,
you're in San Francisco. I'm originally from Sacramento, so I know it's
okay.
I know San Francisco. I would go and visit. Their homeless rate is
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, wait, I know, total sidebar, and I'm sorry to commandeer David.
No.
Like,
you're good.
How's the air out there? What's going on? Is she still fucked up?
Especially with all the fires and all of that stuff, it's still hazy, smoky. Damn. It'll be clear for a minute, then it come back. It just gets air quality. It's about to the point to where they're asking the senior citizens to stay in.
Oh, that's so sad.
And anybody that has respiratory issues or problems, any of that nature, stay home. You need to be staying home.
I hope y'all get some heavy rain soon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We need it. Period.
That's sad. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I really want all of you to be encouraged, because I want to assure you the road that you're on is right for you. It's going to take you not only where you want to go, but where you need to be. So trust the process. Trust it. Just go with
take that with me. I'm gonna take that with me.
Yeah. And on top of that, Jeff, you found out you're not alone. None of us are alone. We're here for each other. We're not just here for ourselves.
That could be
So,
hard
yeah.
to accept sometimes, you know?
Oh, I get it. Trust me. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I deal with chronic depression and high anxiety. Isn't
Same.
that sweet? I tell you, it's a lovely combo. But no. But yeah, it's not cute at all. Because sometimes, as much as positivity as I speak and share, a lot of times it's rough.
I'm the same way, boo.
It's really rough. But I'm here.
And we love that you're here. Like,
Yeah,
I
man.
rejoice in that.
Yes,
and I
we
love
do.
all of you.
always very excited. You always have like the best things to say to us, and
Thank
like we love on you for real. We really,
I appreciate it. I love y'all back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
so-
definitely genuine.
Also, this month we will be celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Check your packs. You will see the hashtag Check Your Packs all through our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages all throughout this month, and doing breast exams for men and for women. Breast cancer is not just a female disease.
Right.
So if you see in our top right hand corner, pink ribbon.
See, this is why I love y'all. We laugh a lot.
I'm so sorry.
I loved it.
Like the boy and the girl. Yeah, they're there.
They're there.
Yeah.
So make sure you are doing the self breast exam on both of your pecs or your titties, whichever you have.
Jugs, whatever. Yeah.
And tied into some self-care, some self-appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all right to touch yourself.
Oh, it totally is.
I agree.
Right now.
Welcome to quarantine.
Right.
So, on a ridiculous somber note, we're going to go ahead and get on in.
Oh, fucking shit.
Boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, Steven, don't you need some ginger ale?
Is that like I was like, is that how we're talking? Is that what
everybody take a sip. Everybody take a sip. Everybody take a
right,
sip.
yeah, I'll take a gulp.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a potty mouth. Are we allowed to? Is that okay to curse on here?
Not really, but you know, I think you've met our quota of F-bombs already.
Okay. I don't think so.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it happened.
I'm not.
I mean, don't feel bad, Jeff. I've done it myself, so it's okay.
They're going to be like so many more.
You're all right.
In this conversation, so many.
All right. It's just part of my vernacular. I don't know how to speak without.
I get it.
So.
Trust me, Jeff. I come from South Central, bro.
I'm a bartender. I'm trying to get a job at like a regular job, and I'm like in the interview. I'm like, well, what the fuck is wrong? You know?
That part.
I got it.
I don't know why, but you remind me of that movie, you know, with Master P, motherfucker this and motherfucker that. That's horrible.
Okay, sorry.
Excuse me.
Focus.
So the disaster.
Oof.
Oh wow. Make it go away.
Of this whole situation.
I like the overlap that you've done there.
Well, because it's necessary.
Alec Baldwin does the best Trump.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Ever.
Hands down.
He makes me giggle so hard. That was so funny.
It was the best.
Yeah.
So let's first talk about, before we get into the SNL, let's talk about this debate. So, poor Chris Wallace. And I don't know. And so I understand Chris Wallace's pain is, you know, being a moderator.
I don't.
But I only have to moderate. I only have to moderate.
No.
What are you saying?
I only have to moderate 5 people. He had to moderate Trump. That is like 30 personalities in one. And you don't know what you're going to get, when you're going to get it, how you're going to get it. And there's no control. He was like a petulant, like, child on Redland. Like, it was so very bad, where I just kind of kept feeling bad that Chris Wallace had to be so poignant about, you're disrupting. he was trying to make it
Nope.
a global issue.
That's pathetic. I'm sorry. Because as a teacher who commands a room of 30 teenagers every day,
Wow.
Bless you.
excited teenagers with music,
No.
there's a way to command a room, and there's a way to stop people from interrupting and misbehaving.
Mm-hmm.
And that did not happen. He lost control within the first 5 minutes of the debate.
Yeah.
And was never able to get it back. That is his responsibility. That is his job. And as a teacher, I was like, clearly he's never taken an education psychology class.
No.
Wow.
But,
Because there's a way to do it.
Right. And he like all his pre-interviews that Chris Wallace had, he had been like very adamant about what he wasn't going to do and how he was not going to like fact check and all these things in real time and all this craziness. And I think all of that kind of came back and bit him on the ass a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
To say that he could just lie, basically, that we could just have 90 minutes to lie, is an abdication of duty.
It is just unacceptable to me that you will allow someone to interrupt 120 times during 90 minutes.
Right.
And interrupt your debate partner 70 times in 90 minutes. It's just unacceptable.
I mean, I have to say, because if I were Chris, it's like, don't you have the power to turn mics off or stop him? Is there? I'm like, okay, I would have paused it. I'm like, okay, until you're done.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Why can't they just turn off? Like, why can't they just click off that mic and be like, your time is up?
I wanted a commercial so bad. I've never wanted a commercial break so bad in my life. Can we just get like a Viagra commercial or something?
Give me a commercial, like anything.
Mountain Dew,
anything.
Right.
So
And,
bad.
Many people, like much of his base, ran with this idea that Chris Wallace was biased against Trump in the interview or in the debate. But I felt like he was biased towards Trump for asking questions like to ask Biden why, in the middle of this pandemic, he was not holding in-person rallies is pandering to the idea that it's possibly okay that Trump is doing it. That was an absolutely absurd question for him to ask that was strictly this like bias towards fairness to appear nonpartisan or something. I mean, that was an absurd question.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Jake Tapper describes it as a hot mess inside of a dumpster fire inside of a train wreck.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. Oh my God. It was so funny. At the same time, I could not stop laughing and giggling because you have two curmudgeon old men like going back at it like children, like at the same time. And I'm just like, this is a circus.
I know. I was like, this is Grumpy Old Men Part 3. Like, I was like looking for Jack Lemmon to pop around and like, serve up his cane. It's I was
not tell you to get off my lawn.
Right, exactly. It really was all of that. I mean, I didn't understand because even when, as we all saw, after Trump, we thought he was finished, and he would go to Biden, and Biden couldn't even get a syllable in. And I'm like, really? And then because especially what really, sent me off besides those three was that the circus behind Chris. Everybody, go Trump! And I'm like, no, that's not proper decorum there. What are we doing here? Even when he was, at the end of it and he was walking off. Yeah, Trump, yeah.
Right,
like,
yeah.
When was that allowed? I don't understand. What's our motive here? Because, it was totally unorthodox and just out of pocket.
It was an embarrassment to our country.
Absolutely.
True.
Completely agree with you.
Yeah.
It's
especially
embarrassing.
when we know that it's a worldwide watch debate.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're the only country that has that they actually watch the world watch
Right.
our democratic process. We don't get that pleasure in any other country. You can't turn it on and see it. We don't get to watch Parliament in London, like as a fight about Brexit.
But their
Like,
shit's
they
fucking
get to watch
hilarious. Have you
everything.
seen
Yeah,
that?
no, it is. Yeah.
And it's like, how dare you embarrass us in such a manner that, and not care, like really, like just
Right. Well,
It's egregious. It's egregious.
I mean, his base sees him as having done well.
Yeah, well,
And like having stood up, not let himself be bullied.
well,
Like,
you know
And
what
I'm
his
gonna
base is
disagree with
saying
that.
now.
I think
Right, Jeff.
his base network, Fox,
yeah,
saw it that way. But after this debate, Biden jumped 14% up in the polls.
yeah,
It's
So
as of
several members of his base
Right.
as
said,
of 6 p.m. tonight, he's 16 points ahead as of 6 p.m. tonight.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
and I think he
Major.
made like $3 million during the debate.
And
Yeah.
not only is Iowa turning blue, but Trump has just announced that he is pulling advertising out of Ohio and Iowa
mhm.
as it's a tied game right now. So Biden is seizing that and going to be pumping in advertising because they're tied neck and neck. Like Ohio is literally like 47 to 47. Like that's where they're at.
Wow.
And he's already, and Biden as a, I don't know, I'm a poll watcher. I'm the one, I enjoy my anxiety. Like I might as well just fucking sit. I did it again. I might as well just sit in it. Damn.
See, I was right.
But no, like in Florida, he has a 6-point lead now when they were neck and neck just a couple of weeks ago. So, you know,
Well, by tomorrow it's going to even be more because he stupidly, like, he announced.
Well,
Stupid.
just
But we'll
tonight
get into that later.
there was another poll about, and this is before he even announced this whole stimulus kibosh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 50% believe Biden has the better chance of turning the economy around, and it's 48%. So it's still a dead heat. But before, the economy was the only thing that the Trump campaign was banking on to get people to switch over, because it's places like Ohio and Iowa that vote with their wallets.
Right.
But now, if he's pulling this stunt, you know, it's almost like, I hate to say this, I don't want to say it. You know what?
Go ahead. Let it out.
Go ahead.
Let it out,
I don't want to
honey.
jinx it.
Do it.
Let it out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna need some magic from y'all, because it's almost like he doesn't want to win. It's almost like he doesn't want to win.
But
Like, you have to think of the mentality, though. Jeff, you really have to consider the mentality of
Right.
President Trump. Okay, I got it out. You know, you have to really think of his mentality and the people, because I have a totally different name from him, and I won't say it.
Orangina.
You know, right here, have to be proper.
Voldemort.
So
Orangina.
Voldemort.
Yeah, that's him. Look, right there. Orangina.
Voldemort is a better president. I'm sorry.
But I mean, you really have to think about the mentality of not only him but his followers. It, you know, people call it brainwash. They call it, you know, psycho. It just like, yeah, it's all of those things. Granted, but it really.
But I also understand his in that demographic. I understand them because they're the forgotten. It's kind of how like Waco happened, and these forgotten people. Someone very charismatic comes on board, and they sell them a life that is possible. That's bigger than the life that's actually being sold. And so and America is about a dream. America is not really about achieving the dream more than it is having the dream. And because if it was about achieving the dream, racism wouldn't be an issue. women's issues would not be an issue. We would not be having to we wouldn't be fighting to have like Roe versus Wade not to be overturned. LGBTQ people would not be concerned if it was about accomplishing the dream. The dream, being able to dream the dream, is more important to the American than actually accomplishing the dream. And so because that is, he has 33% of the country that is rural, trailer parks, uneducated,
true,
uneducated and angry about being uneducated.
Yeah. Well, they're still angry at Obama for whatever they want to be angry at.
But that's part of that's part of the miseducation. One thing is when you're not educated and you don't know, well, you think the Affordable Care Act is draining money where the 33% that is following him needs the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah. Like
but
the
they
best
don't
person,
understand that.
The best person that said it was Dave Chappelle. And this was I don't, not all gay folks are a fan of Dave Chappelle, but I did it again.
I told you every time you I mean, Jesus, gonna come out.
You're gonna drink every time he does it.
But I got you at 3 so far.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm sorry.
We finna be drunk, y'all. We finna be drunk.
Yeah, we about to be
so I might already be happily buzzed, but he was saying in one of his stand-ups that like he's standing in line to vote during the last election, and there's like all these like poor white trash farmers in line, like wearing their Trump whatever, and he's looking at him. He's like, "You stupid asses! Like, I'm the one that should be voting for him because I'm rich. You know, you pulled up in your tractor, and I pulled up in my Porsche."
But he's in Dayton, Ohio.
But what you don't understand is you're the one that needs the health care when I don't. Like, he did this whole stint about it.
Yeah.
Like, and he, I mean, listen.
But it's the miseducation. Literally, it's the miseducation.
Right. Because
like, we often talk about the miseducation of the Negro, but the miseducation of the American is very, very real. So many Americans are so miseducated on even... What have we learned just this year alone? So many people are so miseducated about the voting process. So many people have only always voted the top of the ticket, not realizing, oh my God, I need to vote for my mayor. I need to vote for my councilman. I need to vote for
whoever runs your schools. Like, this is important all the way down. All the way down.
But this, I mean, the blessing of Orangina has been because I think I'm all about
I'm about to say where that at.
I'm at the in every situation there is some good, and the good may not feel good, but it's some good.
Right.
So what did we learn? We learned that the majority of our followers are racist. We learned that a lot of our Caucasian friends that assume allyship really aren't.
Yeah, they just tolerate this for love.
But we learned that if you take money away from everybody and make them equal, they will come together and fight in a cause.
Right.
In a full equality.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned that the 1% is dwindling, and we see their faces and we know exactly who they are, where for many years we had no idea really who the 1% were. We had an idea, but we really did not know, and now there's no doubt about not knowing. And so we are now having an awakening in these last 4 years that we had never had before, because the Republican Party, when we watched the RNC, what was the one thing that I think that angered all of us?
The horror
was the factor that every person of color was like, racism is over.
Right.
When?
That blew my mind.
Like when?
That blew my mind.
But what I'm saying is, but think about when we were supposed to have the race conversation, was supposed to have been in the 8 years of Obama, and it never happened. Obama leaves office, and now we are in full race talks all the time. Completely all the time.
Well,
There's no way around it. I think it's like Daniel Cameron. Like, so I'm gonna go at like SNL. The SNL show was brilliant.
Yes,
I love me some Chris Rock, but from the opening on, it was brilliant.
Can I just say, whoever those names?
Oh,
yes, were everything.
Yeah.
Right.
That is going to be my new drag name because Edith Puthie is absolutely hysterical. That one, I fell out. I was like, that is they clearly have a bunch of gays on their writing team. Like
they definitely do.
Right.
Terribly hilarious.
Yes.
The children are present.
They are present.
They are heavily present. Well, I mean, like we congratulated Punky Johnson is the first LGBTQ lesbian like out that they've ever had. Like ever. And her black woman, the whole nine. I think they wanted Leslie to be gay, but Leslie's just a big straight woman. She's just a manly straight woman. That's really what she did.
Yeah.
And but Punky Johnson is amazing. And she's super funny and loved her playing the suburban housewife like on SNL this week. But like from Jim Carrey being Joe Biden, which I thought was brilliant.
Yes.
He did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
He did.
Way better than Woody Harrelson, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better than
Totally agree.
So thoroughly enjoyed him. But so Meg Thee Stallion's performance,
brilliant.
Loved and hated at the same time. Which I did not realize I could have those emotions.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I could have those emotions. Like I kind of wanted the performance to be over after the whole Savage fist pump. I was like, because like I get the whole twerking to get my attention and now protect black women. Yes. Savage. Yes. Colin Down Cameron, a sellout, here for it. But then she started twerking again. And I was like, I think your message got lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the power of the message kind of went away. What I do love about the internet was they have everything that I had saw until I watched the SNL show had it clipped at that part. So I was like, I said to Damien, was like, this is powerful. Oh my God. Then I watched the whole show with, oh, girl. Girl, like, I mean, am I really fighting for your right to twerk? Am I? Like, if I don't know about that. Like, I'm like, am I protecting?
I have to say, I have to give it to her though, because I appreciated her speaking out. Because first of all, I love her.
I love her too.
I have to say, she rocks to me.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is. She's a beautiful woman. And I appreciate her sternness, her assertiveness within herself, and she rocks it. She uses it and she rocks it, and so I appreciate at least somebody stood up, especially in that genre, and was like, hey, even if I do twerk, I'm still gonna get your attention and bring this to the center of the table here. So I have to give her a props. I really do. I do appreciate it.
Well, and I also appreciate it for her giving a full homage to Grace Jones.
Yes.
Because the whole set was Grace Jones.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
It was also an homage from Grace Jones' the Voodoo album. It was brilliant. Like, I mean, when I say it was so thought out very well, which I kind of expected it to be thought out well, because one, Chris Rock was the guest, and Chris Rock really is not lapped into a lot of foolishness, for real. Like he really does kind of take control of the narrative that his name is on. And so I would not be surprised at all if there was a conversation saying you need to make a statement. Like you just can't get out here and just work. Like you're gonna have to make this
that part
pan out, because literally every scene was very politically heavy, which the show normally like isn't as politically heavy. Like it'll start off that way, and it gets light and stupid, and then. But this show was like 100% all the way through was kind of like, wake up, America. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing what we're seeing? It was brilliant in that fact.
Yeah, but I also think like Meg Thee Stallion made one of the blogs that she wrote or was interviewed about. She said that she wanted to make that statement, but also she is who she is. I mean, she is known for twerking. So obviously she is pulling in an audience that hasn't decided yet for some strange reason who they're going to vote for. There's a huge demographic that are Meg Thee Stallion fans who are toting the line because they're millennials, and I don't know why. But
I can tell you why.
Well, I know why, but because I had this conversation with my son right after the debate, and it was a very heated discussion because he kept saying that he didn't think that either person deserved his vote, and I had to educate him on the historical context of what he was saying and why I thought it was important to make sure that his vote mattered. But Meg Thee Stallion made that choice because she wanted her audience to realize she is still who she is. She's always going to be the woman who twerks, but she also has a conscience. She is also extremely relevant. And she also knows that her platform is something that people are paying attention to. So it's, I think doing it in front and behind all of those statements makes it more authentic because she isn't diminishing any aspect of who she actually is outside of that conversation. She's bringing the conversation into who she is.
And I would also say that, like, her right to twerk is on the table in terms of the rights being discussed. Like, they are. I mean, when WAP came out, this idea of women speaking and inextricably Black women speaking about like what they want sexually is the criticism about that, the reaction to that pales in comparison to is gargantuan in comparison to the reaction of men saying what they want to do sexually.
True. Very true.
That is on the table.
Stephen, I have to agree with you on that because music is like my second nature. So all of the songs, even through history, that have been put out, you have Two Live Crew, you have a host of other artists in different genres who have done the same thing but got no flack.
Right.
And I mean, they're still, I don't even have to go there about R. Kelly because they're still R. Kelly fans. And he was still doing what he was doing. So, right, that part. So, for, when WAP came out, right. So,
you done made Jeff fall out. Jeff done fall out.
No, let the record show. So I totally agree with you, Stephen, because I'm like, first of all, this is not the first time. It won't be the last. Not only from men, but also from women. So it's just like, and also this discussion has been brought up because also one of my other favorite artists, Missy Elliott, has been pushing the envelope for years, and she's even stated on one of her albums, she's like, women, we want certain things too, and it's okay, so I totally agree with that, and that's why I say I totally appreciate, not only Megan, but also Cardi B and all those others that are taking the conglomerate of their audience and say, hey, they're being active, they're being proactive, and producing positive, life decisions and presenting both sides, but still saying, okay, this is what we're dealing with, and also they're sharing the importance overall to vote.
Yeah.
registered to vote, and vote. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, I will offer the dissenting opinion on this week's SNL and say that I did not think that it was very good, particularly the cold open, because something they did get right was in the pre-roll where they said the debate that feels like it was 100 days ago. Nailed that. But I think that they were stuck between two things, which was one, fear of backlash for mocking the president when he's ill, and then fear of actually saying something that might damage Biden. Because what's the thing to the things to make fun of for Biden? The legitimate things. One, yes, touchiness. His touchiness is something to make fun of. And the other thing is his absentee campaigning. The way that he has mainly campaigned is by remaining out of the light and therefore not doing anything to embarrass himself.
Been smart.
Oh yes, of course. But that should have been involved in the debate. Instead, they were making shit up about Harry Styles' meditation stuff, and it's like that's not a joke that's grounded in what we know about Biden.
Yeah.
Well, and when they did try to make the joke about Biden, was a question that I was going to have for Tabitha that bothered me. It bothered me that I didn't find it necessary for them to have a Kamala Harris come in to play school mom. And
actually, I thought that was
problems because it's like, well, why the black woman got to always come in and fix all the problems, but not get the credit? But it also showed the factor that I think in hurting Biden said, well, Biden gonna die in office and this black woman gonna be president.
It also sort of
I'm guilty of
Biden was as down in the weeds as Trump was. Like it implied that he was being as childish as Trump, which wasn't true. I was watching French news and they thought it was egregious that he called Trump a clown, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But
but for them, because the French government wants us to be so very proper.
Right, but the amount of sex offenders that they have no problem allowing to dominate their film industry, it's like, excuse me.
Yeah,
I mean, out of your eye.
Just want our government to function. We're not worried about proper at this point.
So,
Sir,
Tabitha, how did you feel about that?
Sir, man.
Well,
being the black woman.
It's typical of SNL writers to do that. I mean, they've done it in the past.
Yeah. With
sketch writing, and I understand sketch writing, and I understand that they wanted to have that element in there because Maya Rudolph plays her, and they obviously wanted to incorporate it. I didn't like the fact that she interrupted it because I would have loved it if Kamala Harris actually did that during the debate.
Yeah,
right. And y'all are acting like children, but I didn't think it was necessary to do it, but I also felt like the interrupting was not comedic to me because I found it so offensive, especially after what Chris Christie said when they were preparing 45 for the debate. They know that Joe Biden has a stutter, and when and it's a known neurological fact that if you continue to interrupt someone, they'll tend to stutter.
Yeah.
And he used it as a tactic to get him to do that, and I just think that's so offensive and disrespectful, and so the fact that
Republican.
But what else do we expect at this point? I mean,
it was Republican,
but it's not about what is expected. It is a question of what's funny, and I agree. It's not funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved, the only thing that I really loved about that sketch was when he used the pause button, because I think all of America was like, We should have had
Should have
that.
had that.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he thought he was going to do it that last, like, oh, I just can't do it. I love it. That's epic to me.
Right.
Oh my God. So let's
Yeah.
get into the hot button factor, the only real takeaway of the whole debate.
There was.
Get your helmets on.
Okay.
Stand back
Mhm.
and stand by.
Mm-hmm.
It took them 2 minutes to actually redo their logo and promote it. 2 minutes.
You know what? I hopped online because I was like, I hopped online. We had been talking about volunteering to be a poll worker. And I'm like, well, great. Now we have to be worried about people with like bats and guns now. So yeah, I guess I'll be a poll worker.
Where are you at, Steven?
I'm in Bushwick. I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the
Which
club
I
got
think
that you
will
work
be
at?
fine. Like odds are it'll be fine. It's places like, Ohio, places like
Yeah.
Michigan, Wisconsin, Washington, Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
these
not
places-
expecting any problems in Harlem. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Right.
fine up here.
Right.
But so I'm very confused. And I've been trying to reconcile and have an understanding. The Proud Boys leader
Mm-hmm.
is a Hispanic. When they met with Black Lives Matter in Portland,
Yep.
to find out they were really had the same message, but the Proud Boys are supposed to be racist and anti-black, and
They
they're
are. Don't get,
anti-Antifa. But I'm so very confused on who the Proud Boys actually are. Who are they?
it's a bunch of entitled white guys with one Hispanic
Leader.
folk at the front, and they're like investing in tiki torches and baseball bats and Kevlar. And
Right.
It's
So
Because
is the
we
leader
will
camouflage,
be-
Jeff, or anyone? Is the leader camouflage? Because I don't get it.
Well, now, so what I understand, though, the Tiki Torch Factor was not, that was a white nationalist that had Proud Boys in existence, but the Proud Boys weren't technically part of.
What he does say, the leader, is that if somebody comes up to you and asks about your MAGA hat, beat to them.
Wow.
Sure.
And he says, we
that's
will
what I understand.
assassinate you. Those
I
are
don't
his
think
words.
I mean, during the debate,
question
the Proud
what it
Boys,
is.
they started partying.
They
Literally.
were excited. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
because
partied for 2 days
Footage
straight.
abounds of
they
them.
were technically put on
beating
the national
people in the
stage
street.
in that moment. Like,
Yeah,
in that
because
moment,
they partied online for 2 days straight.
yeah,
Listen,
literally.
I'm gonna say it like it is from my experience growing up in Elk Grove, California, where they had cross burnings out in Wilton, California, while I was going to high school there. Like, I know a group of racist fucking assholes when I hear it and see it. I rode the bus with them. I went to high school with them. They try to get me enlisted, being a big, tall white boy. I know it. Like, let's not play the game like there's any which way about it. It's a bunch of fucking white racist assholes that feel empowered and entitled to form a militia and try to enforce some fucking martial law that they feel is necessary, with this one Latino folk at the front who's completely confused about what the fuck is going on. When, like, literally, if he was out of his MAGA hat and on the street and wasn't their leader, they would just as quickly beat his ass.
Exactly. That's
Right.
why
You know
I'm
what I
so
mean?
very
Like,
lost.
that I have to be careful about saying that kind of thing as a white man, because I can't be like, okay, so all Latinos this and all blacks this and all Asians this, but it's like, yo,
no, but it's real.
like you're
all
literally
white
like,
people who join a club around their whiteness that uses violence as
all
a
you're missing
tactic.
is
I
your
mean, I
friend.
can say all those white people.
right.
they're, like, elopement. And I can also say, in terms of Latinx people, there are white Latinx people. So like,
Right.
I mean,
I
Because I had posted this
say
whole thing
about
Latina X recently, which was funny because like Dwayne was like, "Wow, I learned something because being part Latino, and I'm dark skinned, I'm not respected at all, just because I'm brown. Even though I may financially be way better off than fair skinned Latinos." But I'm not respected because I'm brown. Because I'm Afro-Caribbean, I'm not respected. My thing is, whiteness is like the holy grail.
Let's not forget Marco Rubio.
Yeah. So it's like, but it's exactly what that is.
For
so
real.
It makes it really bad in the sense where it's like, there is this disrespect factor that is all just hue-based. It's not anything else. Michelle Obama, I think, in her address to the nation, said it best. She was like, literally, you're making decisions off of the hue of someone's skin. She didn't say black, she didn't say brown, she didn't say white. She was like, the hue. Meaning, and the sad part about it is, one thing I do enjoy about white folk, y'all may not like the black people, but y'all don't like y'all poor people either. Y'all have no respect for y'all poor whites as well. There is a complete classism factor that it's like,
absolutely,
you're just
classism.
A little bit better than the Negro, but not much.
And you know how embedded classism is in the white culture. I just brought this to somebody else's attention because somebody was like, "Oh, I have a pair of white sneakers that I was wearing around." They're like, "You're not supposed to wear white sneakers after Labor Day." And I'm like, you know what? I was like, do you know what that was actually from? Does anybody here know where that originated? Before I say what. Okay, So it originated from a bunch of old white ladies on the Upper East Side that were old money, right? They were the old money on the Upper East Side, but they wanted to be this elitist when all this new money started to come in. So they started at their tea parties and their social gatherings and such. They started making all these bullshit rules up. And one of them was, you can't wear white after Labor Day and before Memorial Day. So if somebody showed up to a social gathering and they were like, we can't, she's clear, we'll say hello, but she's not part of the group. That's where that started. Just elitist white bullshit. And it's like, I was like, I'm wearing my white sneakers year round until they're fucking did it again.
I mean, you've been doing it.
You've been doing it. That's why I'm laughing. Yeah, Tabitha, we need to drink about 4 more times because he had asshole and shit and.
All right, I got you at 8 so far.
I just wanted to make a note of that real quick because it's like that is an example of what you're talking about. It's like within our own race, we're just always, it's just this elitist like classism.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's more than just that. It was Diana Vreeland.
Huh?
Diana Vreeland.
Am I a bad gay right now?
You're a bad gay. You're a very bad gay. So Diana Vreeland.
I never claimed to be the best gay.
Diana Vreeland. So Diana Vreeland was
just pretend you're just telling it for me.
So Diana Vreeland was forever the director. Like, so she was the artistic director and editor of Harper's Bazaar magazine. But she started off in Bergdorf Goodman, and she was a wealthy woman. But she was an elitist. But she worked because she believed that women should have a voice and work in the whole nine, whatever. And she was the arbitrator of these rules of like, you can't wear pastels after this center time, and you can't do this, whatever. And it was like they became the Bible for world fashion, even though she was not world traveling. It was really crazy. But that's where it all kind of came from. So,
you're part of the fashion industry. I mean, it's all just
pretense.
It's
Right.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, real quick, I wanted to say something. I have mixed feelings about this, and I want some input.
Okay.
My
All right.
initial reaction was
Okay.
I laughed and I thought it was funny and I thought it was good. But now I feel a way about it. The way that the gay community is commandeering the Proud Boys hashtag.
Oh,
And,
I love it. I think it's the
well-
funniest shit ever.
well, hear me out. I did too, but in a lot of ways, that is kind of upholding a way to look at gay people as less than, because we're making fun of ourselves. Like, oh, look at these, oh, let's make it silly.
See, I
Like,
didn't
let's
see
make-
it that way.
Well, I kind of received it that way. Like,
I didn't. Because,
Like-
because our thing is pride. Like, the whole big gay focal is always pride. And being
yes,
being
but
pride is-
it's almost
and
like
proud
we're
is-
shaming ourselves.
But I don't see them shaming themselves. Like, it's a celebration of being proud of, it's kind of taking the thing that they hate the most, because they think being gay is the most un-American thing that you can possibly be. And so being a gay couple, being a gay interracial couple, hugged up, kissed up with hashtag Proud Boy behind it is the ultimate, I'm going to say fuck you, everybody said,
Thank you.
that you
Right.
could that you can actually give, in the sense of,
Pinkies up.
because one, the Proud Boys stole it from Aladdin. Like, you stole it from Disney. You stole it from a whole gay company. Like, you're saying, I'm going, like, it's like they did a Cheek and Chong thing, and then to take something that, especially if you're LGBTQ plus, we are consistently trying to convince ourselves to be proud of who we are. And
Well, that's
for
just it, but
somebody to take a saying to say put Proud Boy in front of something that you should not be proud of. Who's proud of a racist? Who's proud of somebody that's destructive? Who's proud of not spreading love? Like,
But
so
see,
I like this. I loved it.
but
I'm
I
here
just
for
feel
it.
that
I had a boyfriend. I did it.
it's furthering, it's utilizing the stigma of homosexuality to shame them into thinking that their hashtag is bad. Like, I just feel like, oh, because they like, okay, so Proud
But
Boys.
I thought it made the hashtag good.
I mean, listen, they were
They flipped it.
They were
They
cute.
flipped it. Yeah.
I love George Takei. He was like,
Yeah.
what did he say? What was his hashtag? He said, reclaiming my shine.
Yeah.
Reclaiming my
Yeah,
shine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's fair.
But I was here for it just because
But do you
they
see what I'm
took-
saying, though? Like, I have mixed feelings.
I
Like,
see where you are with it.
I don't
But
want to
I
have to
don't-
feel ashamed.
But
to-
don't.
to,
I mean, you
to call somebody
forever
else out.
hugged up and kissed up on your man all over Instagram.
I mean, well, yeah.
I mean, and I could feel it.
Taylor.
And my
And in real life.
my single self could feel a way about it, but I don't. Like you're saying, like
Right.
I can feel a way about the fact of like, how dare Jeff throw
But
his
you see what
happy
I'm
relationship
saying,
in my
though?
face?
Like,
but
don't you think it perpetuates the problem in some ways
I don't.
of the stigma and shame?
No.
The way I see it is that they took something negative and flipped it up to a positive.
Yeah.
Once again,
did
because
Michelle Obama. They went
when
high.
you take that, right, they went high. All the rest of the humans,
Right.
went low. If that's what you want to call them or refer to them as, but those. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's right.
You done made me
The
switch
other.
to Hennessy. I'm just saying.
You sure did, girl.
Boom, I told you, yeah, I'm gonna have to go grab my little Henny. Boom.
Come on, Dark Liquor.
I mean, they literally turned that into a positive. You really have to see the positive in this. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Yes, we're going through and we're actually seeing all of this. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun with it.
Right.
That's the total meaning.
Okay.
That's one of the characters of freedom.
And so,
Well,
Jeff,
freedom
you know
of
what?
choice.
Just to make you feel better, I'm gonna make this.
What?
What?
What happened?
Did you disappear
we
again?
lost you.
We lost you.
No.
And I was ready. I was so
But-
ready.
I was like, who?
Yeah.
What?
Oh no.
Oh, who?
Nothing. I got nothing.
Got nothing, girl.
I will say, I have a couple of thoughts. I mean, not to commandeer it, but since the mic was taken from you, I have
Give me
two different.
that mic.
How did you feel? I'm curious.
My favorite.
I hear Jeffrey. I hear what you're saying, Jeffrey, about the like commandeering of the hashtag. But why is everyone still laughing?
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Take it for the top. Here we go.
Chest out, chest up. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, Jeffrey. I'm the two things that I would say. Don't like rebut because there's no rebutting how you feel about it. It's real what you're saying. That in the past 3 months, co-opting alt-right hashtags. I think we first saw it with White Lives Matter and like the K-pop stands on Twitter, but that was something that has been very dominant. So I also did see it coming out of this other trend of deliberately spamming and then like these racist hashtags to like destroy whatever racism they were trying to get started. But then the other thing is in terms of like merchandise, well, not merchandise, but like co-opting, you know, we have people like talking about Elizabeth Warren, I think, calling her nasty. And now we see all these merchandise, loads of people carrying like nasty women get shit done, or like shirts that say nasty woman on it. And I feel like, do you feel like that is in a similar category or world of what you're talking about?
Well, I feel like, let's use the word faggot, for example. I like to use the word faggot because I feel it empowers me because I've taken the power away from somebody insulting me with the word.
Right.
And I love to use it, and I use it freely, and it offends a lot of people around me.
It
Don't
makes me
care.
want to fight.
Don't care.
Right.
But I have a shirt that says pansy, Mary, faggot, homo all over it. You know, like I'm all about it. Yeah, and I will fight. You get your ass kicked by a 6'4" faggot. It's gonna be a problem.
How you doing?
Somebody.
How you
Hello.
doing?
How are you doing?
But I don't know if that is
Pray, bitch.
the
Pray.
same vein because I'm like I think it's more about you're using what is viewed as a weakness. Somehow to me, I don't know how to put it into words. Somehow to me, it seems to perpetuate the problem of us being viewed as weak and as a weak link, as a non-alpha, however you want to describe it. I don't know how to put it into words right now.
Well, Jeff, look at it like this. As us gays say, they did what we call the term cock blocking. They blocked that bullshit. Excuse me.
No. I've covered all the grounds for all
And
of them.
then what they had did was flip the script and I'm like, yo, this is what we're gonna do. Because just like you said, George Taki, I appreciate him for that. He started that and it went like wildfire. And I appreciate him for that because pride, as Dre just stated, also, you know, this is, like I just said, they turned the negative to a positive. So they cop block all that negative bull and like, okay, we're going to flip this and not only we're going to have fun for it, but it's going to be something positive that will reach and that, you know, reach all, you know, as I call PLU, people like us, you know, the gays. But even though on the faggot term, that's one name that just stirs me up because it's been used because I will swipe you. South Central style, but it just like, you know, yeah, you know, you're red ass.
But let me ask you real quick. Let me ask you real quick, Damien. If it's another gay man calling you a faggot, or if it's a straight man.
Either or for me.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on, you know, the dynamics of it. Okay. Because, you know, of course, if we good Judies, you know, we can call, because I mean, trust me, some of my best friends, they hear, you know, things, you know, that come out, because this mouth has no filter. As positive and wonderful and spiritual as I am, I'm also me, and I'm proud of that. So, you know, and that's okay.
But you know, okay, I'm gonna give a better example. Jeff, we've been friends forever. You're the only person allowed to call me girl. I have drug bitches out the club.
Because even some people don't like to be called bitches.
Whole ass, like all up the street to the train. Because I'm not a girl. I got my penis is too big to be one. I'm not a girl. So, but you're the only one. Because also, Nathan said to me, "I think he can take you." And I said, "That is a big bitch." So you're the only person in the whole world that's ever be like, "Girl," and I'd be like, "Okay, it's Jeff." Yeah,
I don't know.
No one else does it.
I think I might just be desensitized to some of those things though, because I do use. To me, it's coming from a place of empowerment, and because I bartend at a gay bar, it's like I am using. Literally, literally, I could say anything I want to anybody that I'm serving on in the bar that I work in. Like it really doesn't matter. Like I could say whatever I want. So the words that come out of my mouth, sometimes I'm just like, oh, that could actually offend somebody. But like when you're working behind the bar, and again, I'll say it will be like, look at that fucking faggot over there. She needs to get her shit under control. Like she is dumb bitch. Like she done lost her bag again. Look, her bag is right there. And
the drinking, oh my god, the drinking.
Like, fucking pearl.
My pearls, I do declare.
Don't worry, y'all. When you come in to visit me, I won't let you use your bag.
I mean, this, you know, because I'll go here. Two things, because you inspired me right now. Two things, because that's the same thing for
sweet
nigga versus nigger.
Sweet, baby,
you know, us black folk, we taking the word nigger and turn it out to nigga. And you know, we say it as a term of endearment. Oh, you mama nigga. You know, so it just like, yeah, you know, but here's the thing. So with that being said, and you said you felt some type of way about certain things. So there's been a discussion going around, because not only do I feel some type of way about President Trump. Oh God, I need mouthwash. I feel so used after I say his name. It's like, I'm about to upchuck. But no. So there's been a thing about, because of course, you know, you have those who are spiritual, those who believe in karma, you know, reaping and sowing and all of those things. So, you know, but here's the thing that I've caught growing up in religion. We're taught to speak those things or play pretend, to lie. I'll just go ahead and say that. Because if you say, oh, I have a headache, oh, don't claim it. But I have a headache. How am I going to ask God for healing if I'm not claiming it? So, you know, I say that to say this, because when it comes to that orange man, it's like, even like the gentleman from Insecure, he was on live on Instagram, and he, you know, when the news hit that y'all's president was in the hospital, you know, he's like, he said, real talk, I hope he died.
Ooh, yeah,
you know, and
Kendrick.
But it was so funny.
Yeah, it was Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, though, because, you know, a lot of people, oh, you don't wish death on nobody. But I'm like, here's the thing. Let's look at all the dynamics here. This man has not only wished, but he has pursued death on 210,000 plus people.
Right.
So, and my thing is this: how am I to speak truth to power, or to speak my true feeling, but yet and when it comes to that, I have to hold that back? After
Well,
why?
because PC is real, and now because Orangina had taken office, the political correctness of things has been kind of stripped and taken away. So we're very shocked when people say things that are real. So it's like the politically correct thing is like Ana Navarro on the View said, you know, we don't wish harm on anybody. He is the president. We don't want him to die. But like she was like, but
yeah.
Hopefully this allows him to see how serious this coronavirus actually is because he's experiencing it firsthand. Because
let me go here. Let me go here.
So when Kendrick said it, I'm not gonna lie. I found me a corner and cut me one fierce old Kojic step. I did.
Right. Because he was so honest. He was blatantly honest, and I love him and appreciate him for it because I'm all about honesty and truth. You know, because I'm like, here's the thing. We look at all these dynamics. I mean, all the people when it comes to the DACA people, you know, the families that he separated, and some of them have died, you know, because of all the trauma and all these things. So every time I see him, whether I see him, you know, talking that all he does, and then, or if he's tweeting, you know, it's like all I see is death.
You gotta do it again.
Right.
You know, it's always good. Like, shut up. But it's like, you know.
Right.
I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it 100. But I mean, it's just like, for real though. I mean, this man has just made it his life business, his life mission.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I've been saying this since that clown ass mistake got into office. You know, I said that's worldwide genocide. We're looking dead at him. Literally, let's be real here. Worldwide genocide. This is his order. This is it. Everybody that's connected with him, because I truly believe Putin and all the rest of the little imps that he's connected with, he's giving them dabs on America, the country, the nation. So just like, as well as the other countries as well. So it's just like all these things. So for somebody coming, because just like when you look at CNN or MSNBC, we don't wish, you know, any harm. I'm like, how?
Right.
But did you see them though? They were all like, so Trump has COVID.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
All trying to keep it in.
That part. He got the sound.
Right. I thought Michael Che was fantastic when he was like, oh, there's nothing funny. Come on. I mean, like, mathematically, it's all the pieces are there. And it's like, you know what? I don't wish him to die. In fact, I wish him a lengthy recovery. Nice. I was like, boom.
Well, Joy Reid said it best. She was like, so, the leader of our free world has contracted the thing he does not believe in. Like, it was so real. And I was like, oh, Joy, I love all of you, Penny.
But they all were doing it like they were trying so hard not to laugh. Like the person in their ear was like, do not laugh. Do not laugh. And they're like,
right.
So Trump has like they were trying. They were trying.
They tried real hard. Like, yeah, so Trump.
And then all the people that had it after him, I mean, those chips are still falling.
Oh yeah, like we don't even know. DC is the new hotspot. Like we have no idea.
Yeah. And I mean, every day, someone else right before we came on was just diagnosed with it.
Who? Oh, what? Then you got a new
yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it hit the Pentagon. And
yes, it did. It hit the Pentagon because they sent a lot of their, you know, captains and soldiers home from the Pentagon, you know, on relief because it's just like, yeah, you know. So, and unfortunately, they, you know, tested negative. but still, I mean, it's affecting everybody, and it's all because of
45.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You took the pressure off. Yeah.
U.S. General Mark Miley has it. Federal Reserve Chair Powell has it.
Mm-hmm.
2 housekeepers in the White House have it, and 1 Secret Service agent.
Oh, was he driving the van? Was he driving the freaking van?
Probably.
Most likely.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. 29 days, y'all.
Yeah, literally.
28 days.
Right. I've been watching videos about like if one of them dies, are we in a constitutional crisis? Like, what are we even like?
Oh my God.
It's like there are kind of rules, but then also lots of different states have different rules, and we just have no freaking clue.
And it's 2020, the year that keeps on giving.
Right.
Yeah.
At least
right.
I said before.
I mean, it's almost 20 people from the White House alone that have caught it by now. At least 15 of it. Yeah.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
But it's not on I wish you wholeheartedly. So I want to wrap up this thing with about the Proud Boys and Trump so we can move on to what's going on right now. And so in our segment of the Negro Please Award, which is my favorite of the whole episode, goes to Senator Tim Scott. Only because he decided he was going to come out and defend Trump for not denouncing white supremacy. How does the black man come out to defend the leader of the free world that is a racist about not being racist or denouncing white supremacy? I don't quite understand how that works, but Tim Scott and Daniel Cameron now are tied with 2-2 of the Negro Please Award so far this year. I don't know who's going to win. I feel like they are fighting for this award. I'm a little upset with Tim Scott because he got an anchor on a news station fired for calling him an Uncle Tom. But I'm like, but you are, Blanche, you are. Like, I don't know.
But you are, Mary. You are.
Like, you are.
You
I
are.
don't know how you get past that. Like, I don't know how you get past that. Like, I don't.
And the worst part about it is people will use that when trying to have conversations with you saying, but he said.
Right.
And I'm like, that he does not speak for me.
At all.
Not all.
No.
We do not get the same newsletters. We are not on the same team.
We're not on the same email list, memo, e-blast, none of it. Just
different
none.
Different membership.
Right. It's a hard no for me. Yeah.
It's a hard no.
We're going to jump right into so now COVID, ridiculous. So we now know Trump had tested positive for COVID and actually had tested positive and had not alerted anyone that he actually had COVID. Then went to Walter Reed. The doctors decided to lie for him. And Trump, because he's an egomaniac, decided he needed to do a drive-by to all of his supporters that were outside Walter Reed.
In a bulletproof, sealed vehicle.
Sealed vehicle, putting Secret Service people at risk.
Yes, number one.
And because COVID is an airborne factor, I mean, I'd say the only good thing about the situation is he does have on a mask and it's the first time we've actually seen him really picture with a mask on.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
So
you can't see the oxygen tube.
there
Right.
you go.
Right.
It's like sifting through the like.
Take the point. Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Hurt.
Mm.
So I was like, you know, and so I'm like, which is really sad, you know, like right now, because I'm like, I'm devastated by that. And even more so by the fact that we are now
Yeah.
at 7,715,606 cases, 215,669 deaths as of today.
That is a lot.
I mean, how does that not
That is
make you cry? How does that not
crazy.
touch you?
Yeah,
How?
today,
That is
this what happened.
insane.
And knowing these numbers, 7,715,606 people that are affected by the coronavirus, meaning they have gotten it. Then we have 215,669 deaths. And then Trump, Orangina, decides that he is going to end all talks of COVID relief for his 33% that are in desperate need of it.
Mhm.
And pretty much, as Damien was talking about earlier, said, so when I win, I will put a tremendous stimulus package together for the American people, saying that if
That's
you
trash.
that is not going to happen, and like that you're not going to get help. Where the dilemma is, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris actually have a better stimulus plan for the country than what the Senate and them have put together.
So, I mean, I first of all, it's so disheartening for that number to jump from, because it was just yesterday, it was 210. Now it's 5,000 more. Literally. And I mean, so even though, not surprised, of course, it's number 45. Thank you, Tabitha. It makes it a little bit easier. Thank you.
It falls.
Right. It goes easy. Yeah, it's a good flow. And so, I mean, just to think about that, knowing the American people are suffering, dying and suffering. So you make them wait another month or more, no matter how many more you lose between now and then and election day. Because, I mean, every day, what did they say? They said, 40,000 a day cases?
Going up.
Yeah.
Literally. That's the minimum. So you would just cut that all off. It's like, oh, yeah, for the rest of you that are still alive, you vote for me, then I'll give it to you. Seriously?
Yeah.
But not just that, it's estimated that 300,000 people by December will have passed away from coronavirus or COVID-19 complications.
Yikes.
And the CDC has said that because of the typical hospital utilization during flu season,
yes,
going into the flu season with our current utilization is going to be very traumatic.
Yeah.
And there's no way to distinguish between the flu and COVID in testing. The symptoms are exactly the same. So this becomes
ridiculous.
Strenuous and very important. So I can't say it enough. Wear the damn mask. Just wear the damn mask.
And are y'all paying attention to our new harbinger of news? Our new savior, Claudia Conway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Girl. That's my girl.
A champion.
I live for her.
Like,
and her mama has COVID.
Right, and she broke her mom. The thing is, she broke her family having COVID.
And I loved her response of,
Right. So, not only has she done that, she has also said that they are struggling to stabilize him.
Yeah.
So, like,
you could see it when he came out on that patio to do his Frida Kahlo moment.
And
right.
Huffing.
He was trying so hard.
I had no name for it. That's exactly what that was. Thank you.
Right.
That's
Don't
exactly
cry
what
for
it
me,
was.
Argentina. You know that was that moment.
But no, but
Yeah.
my thing is,
Literally, yeah.
the media has not been able to come up with a name for it. Like, everybody's been struggling to be like, what is this? What is happening? And they keep calling it dictatorship. But yes, it is Evita. It is Evita. It's whole.
Yeah.
Nobody crying for him. Nobody's crying for him.
At all. Not shedding a tear.
And his wife nowhere to be found because she's
she said she's quarantining and being safe. That's why she's staying away from her husband.
She just don't want anybody to talk to her about Christmas.
But honey, and she's
in charge of Christmas.
I hope she gets better so she can put up those effing Christmas decorations, though.
That part, they gonna throw it up like they threw up those
Right.
All those flags.
I'm waiting for Trump and her to tell their son, well, the head of security at Tiffany's is really your daddy. That's all I'm waiting for.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like
oh my god!
Like, all I'm saying is the head of security at Tiffany's. That her son looks exactly like that man. So I'm gonna put that out there. Like dead Ringo. Like if it was a black family, they'd be like, "That's your baby. That's how it goes."
That's your kid.
Right. That's your child.
That's
you
your
spit
child.
him out, honey. You spit him out. That's what we would say. You spit him out. Look just like it. And glad that the child does. And was very thankful. I was with Joy Behar. Was like glad that we found out that the child does not have COVID. Very glad, but I didn't expect the child to have COVID because that means you would have to be with your parents at some point. That baby ain't never with his parents
at all.
Not never. So, because that was a financial reassurance. That baby was financial reassurance. That's what that baby was. That baby was financial reassurance. Melania was not trying to get deported back out this country, and she said, and she needed to work her way through this divorce. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I think Ivana would have been a way better first lady.
Oh yeah, Ivanka
Trump thinks
my God, yes, indeed.
White House would be Versace down glamorous. Like I'm just saying,
baby, she would have been put together every time.
She would have.
Mama plays no game.
Tell Obama a run for her money on this Christmas. Honey. She really would.
I don't know. Trash is trash.
Well,
I mean, we saw her clothing line.
Not
Taste is not her middle name.
No, not Ivanka, not Ivana, not the daughter.
The ex-wife.
Ivana.
The ex-wife.
I said what I said.
But it would have been opulent. I think I'm saying it would have been opulent. It would have been opulent. It would have been opulent Christmas. Down. It would not have been. But I think I was laughing at that recording of Melania complaining about having to do the Christmas.
Yes.
Like she did something. Girl, what did you do?
Yeah.
I don't get
that was not like the Game of Thrones Christmas I had never seen in my whole life. It was just, I was like, there's nothing festive or happy about this at all. Like, where are the lights? Where's the glitz? Where's the glamour? It was just white trees.
Where are the scars?
They were like,
why's it got to be white?
Right.
Welcome to Trumpism, honey. Welcome to
that
right.
Oh my gosh. All I know.
She just wanted the trees to look like her friends' hats.
Oh.
That part. All of that.
White combs.
All of that.
There we
got
go.
it.
Yeah.
See,
Took me a
it
minute.
almost went
I
over.
don't remember
It
what
almost
the
went
ladies
over.
were
Oh,
wearing.
your shade is so sticky, and I love it.
All of that.
Oh
All
my
of
God.
Hot yet sticky. Love that.
Oh my God, Jeff, we miss you so much. You can't.
I'm
you
sorry
can't be
about
gone
that
this long
earlier.
and-
My phone, like,
No, I'm just saying. No, like, we are. This is episode 20. So I'm just saying. You
is it
can't go
already?
through episodes anymore, Jeff. Like,
I've missed quite a few. I've missed quite a
your-
few.
We miss
It's
your
okay.
your brilliant shade of interracial petty.
Brilliant.
Well, you know, listen. Apparently, I've been off long enough to have to tone back my cursing. I was a little. My phone shut off, and I went into the kitchen to talk to
Really
Dennis,
bad.
who's cooking dinner, and he was like, well, how'd it go? I was like, well, apparently I have to bite my lip, and he's like, well, I've said that to you before. I'm like,
Well, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Because I told you.
Full circle moment. Full circle moment. Full circle moment.
Hey.
Jeff has been having full circle moments this whole episode.
Sure.
You done found out you got a roof, a dog, a whole man, a village,
I
and
got
you ain't allowed to curse. Like
dinner on the way.
There you go.
Everything is good.
Dinner on the way. Yeah.
Come on, dinner.
You the
Mhm.
only wait, you the only man, you the only person on this whole panel that got a whole meal waiting for you.
A what?
The rest
True.
of us got to make it on our own. We out here on the struggle bus. So
To make food.
so I'm gonna need you to enjoy your white privilege right now.
You know what? Okay.
Enjoy all your white privilege.
Endure.
I'm gonna.
I just know, is he making meatballs?
Okay.
Wait, is he making the meatballs that we keep asking for?
Okay.
We ain't got? That's all I'm asking.
Now wait a second. So we can have drinks, but I have to watch my mouth.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called the EDC, honey. I didn't make the rules. Your folk did. Your people made the rules. And we
Okay.
try to follow. Because if this was a black network, you can have as many F-bombs as you want.
I hate
As
my
long as you ain't
people.
on BET.
Jeff, what did you just say? Did I hear you right?
I hate my people.
I couldn't hear you.
I'm embarrassed.
Right.
I hate
Let
my
me get
people.
the other ear. This is a good one.
Make
This is a
it,
good one.
making stupid rules.
Good.
I love it.
My Lord, my glass is empty.
Yeah, I have to refill.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, we
Well.
just gonna switch from the Hennessy on to the Deuce and call it.
Yes, Henny. Henny.
Yeah,
I need to pull out my black Henny. How you
I
doing?
just
So,
cracked that
Always
bomb
better.
on makers.
so I want to be
dear.
correct for our viewers because somebody said I was drinking brown liquor and my Henny was white Henny because I was trying to be diverse on the show. And so I drank the last of my white Henny that I now no longer can get because our whole country on quarantine. So I can't go out the country to go buy the bottle.
What
And
is white Henny? Is that vodka?
White Hennessy?
What are you talking about? White
Oh.
Henny?
Look, it's not a thing everybody
What?
knows. I heard about it for the first time when we were at brunch a few weeks ago.
You don't know
White-
what white Hennessy is? Oh my
White
God.
cognac?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Pure white Hennessy. And I just drank the last of the 40%.
That's like crystal clear Pepsi. What's going on? I don't know
Amen.
about
You know what? Goodbye. Goodbye.
that.
It must be nice.
I'm not doing it. Not on tonight. You won't do me
Not
like
on
that. Almost
Not
choked
on
me. Hold on
tonight.
one second. Excuse me. Hold on. Excuse me.
Hold on.
Clear.
I feel a little
Bud
bit better.
Light
Thank
makes
you.
seltzer, Henny makes clear. It's all one. It's
I
all
was
one.
just that I can still taste it. Like I only had clear Pepsi once in my life.
It was
And I could-
wrong.
Still
And it-
taste it.
I could still taste it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was
Right.
wrong. It was wrong. It was
It
wrong.
hurt my soul.
Yeah,
Now, real quick.
'cause
now, real
Pepsi
quick.
is brown.
Do you remember?
It is
It's
chocolate
brown.
gold. That's what Pepsi is.
Like, okay, who playing? Stop playing. I need the real stuff.
Right.
Stop.
It's chocolate gold. That's what it is. It's chocolate gold. That's what Pepsi is. If you are an African American child, you have had a capsule of Pepsi in your life
Yeah.
in this country. Because you weren't allowed Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola had Coke in it.
Right.
When they made the Pepsi, every black child has had a sip of Pepsi at some point. From the great grandmama, the nana, big mama, she done gave you a sip of the Pepsi.
Yeah, those cases of Pepsi was in the pantry,
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't touch unless you asked for it.
Yeah. Next
And
to
you
the
better
Mountain
finish the
Dew.
whole can.
I was in a
That
Pepsi
part.
house.
And the
Don't
orange
waste no
drink.
Pepsi. Oh no, you done
Don't
did
even
no.
drink it half a Pepsi and leave it in my house.
Oh no.
Oh,
Because
No.
Kool-Aid was for you.
That-
And I grew up bougie. We had Country Time lemonade.
oh,
Oh yeah, we had country time. We had country time, and you didn't waste that
there
either.
you go.
Fancy. She's
We had a little,
fancy.
we had a little
Fancy.
money. We were flossing. We had a little money.
Fancy.
So we had Country Time lemonade. Because Country Time, and I think on special occasions, she was pink.
Well, shoot, in my home, it's South Central, deep over there, almost close to Watts. Our thing was Kool-Aid. We had so much
Kool-Aid. I was just about to say.
we made spritzers out of Kool-Aid, baby. We got a good 7-Up or a squirt and just made a good old Kool-Aid spritzer. Yeah, little squirt.
I remember squirt.
I know you took
Put up in there, so.
some of those packs. I know you ate some of those packs dry. We all did it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Trey, are you going to tell me
Oh,
you
yeah,
never
Kool-Aid? Oh, my
dry
God, yeah.
Kool-Aid powder?
Yeah, and because you want that red tongue.
Right, and you're like,
I'm really gonna show myself with this one, but
and now later.
my family was Tang.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
We all,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
We had the Tang.
Yeah.
I can still taste that.
Too, didn't y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all had
Yeah,
those
we-
Butterworth products too, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was the Tang.
now that you said it,
Because
now I
Tang
want
don't
some
go
Tang.
blue, it ain't your mama.
Right.
We were a Sunny D. If it was orange, it was going to be Sunny D. It wasn't going to be Tang.
Oh my God, Sunny D. Yeah, Sunny
Yeah.
Delight. Oh my
We
God.
had Sunny D.
Yeah.
I remember
Especially when you
Sunny
get the
D.
bottom
you
of
had-
it when it's tangy.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
You just save all the
Because,
bottom.
you had Cactus Cool, and can we not forget Pineapple Crush? So
Pineapple.
Yes.
For me, I grew up with Faygo Pop.
What?
with who?
So it was called Faygo Pop. F-A-G.
Oh yeah, Fago Pop. And
Okay.
remember
Faygo
RC
Pop.
Cola?
What'd you call me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like RC Cola
What
and
you call me?
Faygo Pop was
What you
the Fanta. Faygo Pop was the Fanta of my day.
You're a Fago Pop.
So like y'all probably
Wait, just
I think it's
say
a
it
Fago Pop.
Say it again.
you had to have a Faygo Pop, like a pineapple crush Faygo Pop,
Yes.
Chico stick, a hot
Yes,
pickle,
Chico stick.
and a
And you had to have your Annihilators, and you had it all in your paper bag.
Nowadays are your Starburst.
Yes, and your Starbucks and your Annihilators, and also don't forget your sunflower seeds, because you had to have some sunflower seeds.
I
Yes.
didn't like
You
that.
had to have
Sunflower
your
seeds.
sunflower seeds. So you were popping the stuff, you're like, I got some candy, and you can't handle.
The slap wrist bracelet.
Slap-
At the roller
Yeah.
rink.
Kurt, snap. Yeah.
Okay. If
But
you ain't
look
had
what
a
I
Chico-
got.
And also, we all cannot forget that was back in the day when Hostess was everything.
Everything.
Especially
Yeah.
the honey
Twinkies.
bun and the crumb donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay,
The crumb
so-
donuts
okay,
were always my
okay,
favorite.
so I have
Yes.
a crazy story about the Hostess. So, growing up in Ohio, Hostess were made there. So they had all these Hostess outlets that had all the Hostess products.
The apple pies. Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
That were like 5 days from expiration. They were
Oh.
the outlet. So we would go and get like the Hostess apple pie
Load up.
and the cakes and the cinnamon buns for like that in the store they were like $6. You got a whole tray for like $1.50.
That part.
So all the kids in our neighborhood, we would put our money together, not realizing that they knew we had more money than they did. So they always didn't have no money. So me and my brothers and sisters would buy all the stuff for the kids in the neighborhood. and we'd have a hostess picnic at Drake Park.
Wow.
With Fango Pop. Just diabetes waiting to happen. Like,
Sugar beaties.
Diabetes.
Sugar beaties.
We're all little dead. Cream pies.
It's either the sugar or the salt. You're like, well, I got the sugar.
Cream,
No, I got the
pie.
salt.
Because what people don't know is that Hostess is the originator of the honey bun.
Oh, the what?
The iced honey bun.
Oh, yeah.
By Hostess.
Yes, Lord.
And then it got
that was good eating.
But that was because it was a cinnamon roll that was like 2 cinnamon rolls together with the buttercream icing drizzle all
No, I know
over
exactly
like,
what it is.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, we know exactly what that is, baby. That was called good eating.
The audacity and the mitigated gall to decide they were going to add fillings to it. So remember when they had pineapple fillings and chocolate?
Yes.
Yeah. That was
That was life right there, baby. That was life right there.
And I say, I don't know how my teeth didn't fall out my mouth before now. I don't know.
Because baby, all the sugar intake, literally. Because that's when stuff was real and it was good.
Yeah.
You pursued to do any type of hostess. Now it's like, what is this cardboard?
I think we didn't know. I just think we didn't know. I think it was always like that.
No.
I think we were young and we were
back in the 70s and 80s.
Our taste buds evolved.
Hostess was like, yes.
So I'm gonna say Stephen is the baby.
Oh.
Things that we got to all eat as children. Stephen has no understanding of good eating.
Stephen, how old are you?
I mean,
I'm just over here sucking on a pacifier.
You still got Similac on your breath?
Still
Stephen don't know about like real good eating. Like,
I mean, because back in the day, they had the actual factories. You would drive past them and you would get a whiff of the fresh bread.
Using my rattler.
Or coffee or whatever. And it was just like, oh.
Stephen our resident baby. But I'm like, certain things he don't know nothing about.
Baby, like that's when stuff was real.
Understand, like, the factor of actually good. Like, I remember when laser tips were like the business, and I'm sure Tabitha understands more. If you had Ruffles, you was the business.
Sour cream and cheddar.
All of that. If you had some Ruffles
in your paper bag, right?
I don't know what you think it was like for me, but Ruffles were a deal too.
Ruffles,
Doritos.
Let's not forget the Doritos. Let's not forget Doritos.
Right.
But they don't.
Cool Ranch. You want some nacho cheese?
Nacho Doritos.
Like,
get some ranch.
But this is what you understand.
Cool Ranch.
Steven, they don't taste the same as when we were younger.
No.
They done changed the recipe so badly that
it's horrid.
No, Doritos pretty much taste the same. I have to say.
Doritos just still have the same like texture.
Chemical.
Yeah, that's it.
They don't have that same cheesy factor that they used to have.
Even Cheetos don't taste like they used to because maybe Cheetos were addictive. I don't care how much orange cheddar you had on your fingers.
I think I'm getting better.
You know, with your Pepsi.
I'm still a fan for Flaming Hot though.
Right.
Yeah, now people eat Cheetos with chopsticks so they don't get their fingers. I've seen that so many times.
I've seen that, yeah.
That's the best.
What kind of foolishness is
I
that?
have never seen that.
What kind of witchcraft y'all doing?
Right, y'all, all that witchcraft and stuff.
And then you just go,
you're taking the joy out of the chip.
Yes, right.
Like if your fingernails are not covered down to the point
right.
where you got to go and get a scrubber,
right?
Get the shoes off.
In between the nails, right?
It's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. If you're not politely taking the cereal off the spoon so you can get like as much sugar on there as possible, you ain't even
back in the day, Captain Crunch and Cheerios and all that good stuff.
But we weren't allowed to have Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Baby, the food back then, yeah. Because see, back then you had good reason to be fat back then.
and Apple Jacks.
You had real good reasons to be fat back then. Because the food was
But
too good.
But back then, we had the roller rinks, and you could play tag.
Yeah!
You could play
Yeah!
stuff in the street.
Yeah!
And
Yeah.
the time to come home wasn't a text; it was the street lights, that kind of thing. Like
Right.
when the street light comes on, you better
You
get
need
home
the
for
inside
dinner.
door.
You know,
Yeah.
now it's like, here's a bag of fucking. I did it again. Here's a bag of Dorito and a Gatorade, and you're sitting down
here
and
we go.
watching video games. I'm sorry, I didn't even have a drink with me. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, you're good.
This is the time where I'm like, I'm gonna put it out there again. This is why our show needs to be on Netflix.
I am restraining myself hard, so I would agree.
Yeah, this is why because Jackson cursed. Because if we go on ABC, CBS, NBC,
Steven, you my boy, I promise you.
The whole show is gonna go to fines. Like it's like all because they were like Jeff cursed Jeff F-bombed 37 times.
And it was only 10 minutes.
Because see, that's why I joined it. Because that's why I quoted that quote from the movie. Because I was like, that's what it reminded me from. Because even before you realized it, that last time when you were on before, I was like, baby, you had did it about 10 times in between.
Yeah, all right.
I was like, don't stop now. You're on a roll.
I was like, yeah, that moment where back in the day, remember? Well, see, you're not old enough for this, Steve.
Let's find out.
That whole back in the day when it was like straight to DVD.
Yeah.
Oh, straight to DVD. Do you mean like straight
I'm sorry,
to
what's the
VHS?
DVD?
I don't know how young you are, but things used to go straight to VHS when I was a child.
Wow.
What is the VHS?
Don't even try.
We used to get we
What?
got the Jesus tapes in the mail. I don't know if we
that.
got those, but
Don't
we
try
got
that.
them.
Wait, our Resident Diva tried it.
Don't try that. Steve.
What? I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
understand.
I don't get it.
She tried it like
Sorry.
Uncle Potter did not hurt you over back in the day. She tried it. You know she was full on.
He tried it real good, but you failed. But
Wait,
that's all right.
what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Okay.
Like, I don't understand.
You guys
Sure.
are so new.
You know she got baby powder that damn belt because you know she got to get them pants back. And they have her essence in the
That's all. After the bath. After the
You
bath.
already know. You already know. Oh
Knock it
God.
off.
This
Oh, my
show
God.
has been crazy, ridiculously amazing.
Love it.
Yeah.
We want all our people, do not forget to have your plan to vote. There is still time in certain states. Certain states have expired in the registration to vote, but a lot of states. So go to vote.org to find out because a lot of states have gotten overpiled at last minute where computer systems have got crashed and went down. So that the registration has been extended for your state. So please go to vote.org to find out if you can still register if you have not registered. Make sure that you are registered. Have a plan to vote. That is the most important thing right now, having a plan. So even if you are planning to go vote, please still apply for the absentee ballot because you don't know what's going to happen. Because the second wave in the United States is happening.
Yeah,
Yes,
black man or white. Yeah.
Make sure
Give
you
it.
that.
Uh-huh.
Just got mine. Ooh.
Um,
I am.
yeah,
I am.
My thing is, if you are,
Yes.
my thing is that what we want, if you are able to volunteer,
Voting
to
power.
vote, everybody
Awesome.
is not. Like I wish that I could go and help out at the polls, but I am age susceptible, so I am ineligible to actually go and vote. So I'm like a senior citizen. But if you are eligible and able to help out at the polls, please go to polls.org.com so that way you can volunteer to actually help out at the polls and you get paid. It's a paid volunteer ship, which is fantastic and great. So go check that out as well. We are so thankful and glad that you guys join us all the time. Next week, we will be talking about the vice presidential debates with Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. Pretty sure Kamala is going to swipe the floor with him.
Give me strength, Lord. Give me strength.
I hope she mops
But
with him.
it's going to be, I think this is going to be a better debate.
Molly Wop.
Right. Better debate. We will have more liquor next week. And and be more ready for you guys. Thank you for joining us. It has been fantastic. And as I say every week, if you don't love yourself, ain't nobody else gonna love you either. So have a great rest of the week. Stay safe.
Love, peace, and hair
Wear
grease.
the damn mask. Love you.
Wear your
Bye.
mask. Bye, y'all.